I've been I've been play, I've been playing it cool for so long. I'm standing on stages talking about resilience and how to overcome illness and empowerment, but I'm struggling. I'm struggling with my daily activities. I'm struggling with dressing up, showering, taking care for my family, um, working, walking, climbing steps. I'm I'm struggling mentally and emotionally. I'm struggling climatizing to a new city and country. I'm climatizing and struggling of being lonely. I'm struggling to acknowledge the fact that I'm struggling. And all these people who are telling you life wisdom, amazing. You can take so much from them, but I think it's very different to read something and then share it than to experience this living hell called chronic illness. And for some very small group of people, I'm kind of a symbol of resilience, but I think that it's more important to be genuine than to fake it until you make it. Every time I tried to act healthy so I'll be healthy, I ended up being more sick. Every time I felt a bit better and overdid it just because I'm feeling a bit better, I end up more sick. I'm spending something like 1/4 of each year in bed. It's much better than all those years I spent completely bedridden, but still, I'm not sure life is about reaching the peaks. It's more about these integrals that are kind of safe middle. You can travel, you can do things that makes you feel happy, but there is no point in overdoing it. I have a very good friend who is struggling to go on a daily run and is completely fighting himself and his body is getting more tired and more injured all the time. And I'm always telling him, like, appreciate the health that you have, like, go on a daily walk instead. This is perfectly fine for your body, probably even better if you read the research. But unless you had chronic illness, unless you really struggled, I think it's very hard to look at health as something that is not a given. And I'm struggling with coping with the fact that I don't have any given. I don't have a single day or a single hour where I don't have crazy pain, fear of dying, anxiety, triggers, shortness of breath, chest pains, feeling of impending doom that I'm about to die. And this is the life of millions of people like me. And it's about time we talk about our struggles and vulnerabilities and not only about our successes. There is nothing I regret more in my social media presence more than the first videos and podcast episodes here that I was trying to give advice. Who am I to give you advice? Yes, I've written some books. I've done a lot because I wanted to share my own experiences. But I think it's more important to share our struggles than to try to give non-genuine advice. And my genuine advice to you is to be genuine to yourself. The knowledge is free out there, and it's wonderful that some people curate it to give other people who struggles advice, but I don't have any advice to give. I can share a lot about my routines and mindfulness and things that helped me but it will be empty without admitting that I'm struggling, that I'm in pain, that I am afraid, and that I am often alone, despite the fact that I'm surrounded with people. The experience of having chronic illness, the chronic illness journey, is a lonely one. And I truly think that only somebody who experiences it can understand me the way that I kind of want to be understood. But on the other hand, I don't want to wallow within this struggle. I just want to thrive and not only survive, but arriving to the state of thriving from the state of surviving is a very long and very hard journey. And in the next few months, trying, I will try to dedicate my little energy to state the obvious, but also deal with the fact that the obvious is much less health than a normal person, whatever that is, and to devote my energy maybe into shifting states between survival mode into thriving, or I will be settling even for just tiny bit of growth or simple enjoyment. I suffer from many chronic illnesses combined. And I think that the society around me tells me that it's not okay to complain, that it's not okay not to be okay. And I want to tell you that it is okay not to be okay. It is okay to complain. Complaining comes from sheer pain. And for me, it's a cry for help. And sometimes we complain because this is the only way people would give attention to us. Sometimes we complain because we want to get it off our chest, but our complaints are real. We do suffer. And I don't want just to complain. I want to share. I want to stop speaking from this standpoint of a person who've made it to just being me and sharing this vulnerable journey towards healing.